Good morning, everybody. This is our 33 days out kind of checkup update. Um, yeah, so 33 days out. Yesterday we had a pool day. Today we are going to train push, mostly chest. I don't hit shoulders a lot. And we are going to do cardio here in a bit. It's like 9:15 or so. I like to push my cardio back. I used to do it pretty early, but depending on like working and stuff, I will push it back because I usually fast till about noon. So I'll push cardio back a little bit just to waste some time, I guess. So we're gonna do 45 minutes of cardio and abs. We'll do abs first, then cardio. Then we'll eat around noon, and then we'll have a push day. Maybe I'll update you on some meals today. I don't know, just trying this out. All right, so see you in a bit. All right, it's like noon. We're having meal one now. Um, did 45 minutes of cardio and abs. Got a quick cold shower just to kind of cool off and kind of reset my body a little bit. So meal one, we have 350 grams of egg whites, some sugar-free ketchup, sriracha, and then there are some mixed veggies. I usually have spinach, but I ran out, so I just had some mixed veggies. And we're gonna have 20 grams of creamy peanut butter. Added at the end for it ends up being about 45 grams of protein, 10 11 grams of carbs, 10 to 11 grams of fats. Today I'm doing a push day, so I'm not having as many carbs today. Usually I would have like cream of rice or something with my first meal, but today we're going to limit that a little bit because push day I just don't need as much. And I have a little bit higher fats though today. And then on like my all right, meal number two is my pre-workout meal. It is a smoothie. I usually don't drink smoothies, but it's kind of hot, so I wanted something like chilled. It's 40 grams of Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I'm just trying to get rid of some of the cereals I had from my peak week. So 40 grams of Cinnamon Toast Crunch, 50 grams banana, 50 grams raspberry, 50 grams of protein from a vanilla whey protein, like just an isolate, 10 grams of honey, some ice, some water. So it ends up being like a little over 50 grams of protein, like 60 grams of carbs, and like 5 or 6, 7 grams of fat, very low fat. So this is my pre-workout meal. I'll drink this. I made it pretty big, so it's fairly filling. Drink this, and then I will go hit the gym and train push. Might have a race group. All right, guys, so here we have some cable side laterals. This is at 1.5 speed just to kind of make the video a little bit quicker. But I'm doing 4 sets, about 12 to 15 reps here. Again, this isn't normal speed. It's a little bit slower than typically. I have the cable set to about arm height. It kind of allows you to get a better stretch, and I lean into it to get a little more range of motion. Just some tips that I like to use and some cues I like to use just to kind of make the movement a little bit more optimal, make it feel a little bit better. So I had 4 sets, 12 to 15 reps here. This is really the only shoulder movement I hit. Other than rear delts, I will train those on my pull day. Here we have a chest fly on the machine. I did 2 sets here. I like to do my chest flies before my pressing just because it kind of fatigues my chest a little bit. I don't have to use as much weight when I press, and I kind of get a little bit better feel here when I press then. Again, 2 sets here. Again, 12 to 15 rep range is typically where I work. And here we have a cambered bar incline press. I really like this cambered bar, get a little bit extra range of motion. Not the world record for weight. And I only did 7 reps here. I kind of died out. My first set I did 9. I was trying to stay in that 8 to 12 range. but I kind of died out here, so I got 7. Didn't have a spotter, so just canned it at 7. Then I have a high cable fly, 2 sets here. I really like this exercise just for this squeeze. I didn't really aim the camera up high enough, but that's okay. So I did those, and I supersetted them with dumbbell pullovers. So yesterday I trained my lats. I trained pull day. So this is kind of a chest or lat exercise. I try to use it to stretch my chest. I get a deep stretch at the bottom, but you also indirectly work some lats, and you get a lat contraction at the top. It is just a way to get a little more lat volume in, and it kind of feels good the day after I do a pull day. It kind of stretches them out, and I feel like it helps them recover a little bit. It kind of gets the blood flowing a little bit, but I really like it to stretch the chest, really the upper chest. I can really feel it stretch it. So now I'm done with chest. I am moving on to a tricep exercise. I just do 3 sets on my push day. Typically something like this. Double arm cable extension, 2-arm cable extension. I try to stay in like the high rep range. All right, here's our post-workout meal. We got 60 grams of Reese's Puffs, one of these Shamrock shakes, or Shamrock Farms protein shakes. These are like 30 grams of protein, 12 grams of carbs, 4 grams of fat, and I think we have 60 grams of carbs from the cereal. It's like 40 grams of carbs. I can't remember off the top of my head. Pretty light though, just something to get in right after your workout. Normally, like I said, I don't eat this much cereal, but I'm just trying to get rid of some of it from the post-show, or the carb up for the show. So I'm just trying to get rid of some of it. Usually I'd have something a little bit cleaner, but it shouldn't really hurt since we're over 4 weeks out. Here is my next meal. It doesn't look overly... we have 2 cans of tuna, so it is 44 grams of protein. And then I will be having 20 grams of creamy peanut butter. Sometimes I have almond butter. I'm kind of craving like the creamier peanut butter today. So I have 20 grams of that. That'll be about 10 grams of fat, 5-ish grams of carbs, 5-ish grams of protein. So it ends up being like, this is a pretty light meal, like 50 grams of protein, 10 grams of fat, a little bit of carbs just from the sugars and stuff in the peanut butter. And then we'll have one more meal after this. It will probably... All right, guys, last meal of the day. We have 200 grams of chicken with some Taco Bell hot sauce, 0 calorie. Yeah, I'm adding a little Olipop just for a little bit of sweetness and fiber and probiotics and all that, prebiotics. And then 20 grams of almonds or fats. And yeah, that is my last meal of the day. Ended up being a little over 2,200 calories, 240 grams of protein, about 166 carbs, and I think 56 grams of fats. Today was a little bit lower carb day, a little higher fats for me. But the carbs ended up being fairly, well, I wouldn't say very high, but not much lower than my regular leg or back day. Probably only about 40 to 50 grams lower. And then probably 20 to 30 grams more fat. So that was my full day of eating.